Why is dating challenging for introverts? That's because they often take more time to form meaningful relationships than extroverts. It takes them longer to reveal who they are. So, dating can be a little too fast paced, especially blind dates. And they don't feel as comfortable in social settings where most people go for dates. That's why online dating can be a great fit for introverts. Rather than shouting over loud music at a social gathering or a bar, which is an introvert's nightmare, they can browse potential matches from the comfort of their home. And they can take their time when writing messages to the people they connect with online, which is perfect for those of us who like to think and process before we speak or write. But that doesn't necessarily make online dating fun or easy, naturally fun or easy. So, in this video, I'm going to share 5 dating tips for introverts to make online dating more enjoyable and less draining because introverts get drained really easily. Let's just talk about what introversion is. A lot of people misunderstand introversion, and I love Susan Cain, the author of Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. I love her, and I love her definition of what an introvert is. She says there's a big difference between being shy and having social anxiety and being an introvert. We often get those confused. She says that shyness is about the fear of social judgment, and introversion is much more about the preference for environments where there's just a little less going on. We, as introverts, and I'm including myself, get recharged in quiet, and extroverts get recharged in stimulating environments. That's why introverts can get drained when they're on a date unless they practice some key tips for self care. So here are 5 tips for introverts. Number 1, manage your time so you don't get burned out. And that means that the time you spend on dates, on phone calls, on texting can all be draining, especially dates. People tend to go on these long 2, 3, 4 hour first dates. And while you may be enjoying it during the date, you go home and you have like an emotional hangover because you're so exhausted and wiped out from speaking so much. So manage your time. Don't stay on dates or phone calls or texting longer than you can manage. Number 2, come prepared with good questions so you can make conversations more meaningful. We often, as introverts, we want to have meaningful, deeper conversations. We don't like small talk. So if you don't like small talk, come prepared. Ask some deeper questions, not yes or no questions, but what were you like as a child? Tell me about your family of origin. Tell me about your best friend. How long have you been friends with that person? Ask some questions about things that interest you and will start a good conversation. And don't forget to add the word why. Why do you like that? Why do you do that? What motivates you? Because that gets to the heart of the person that you're dating. And you should be prepared with answers to the same questions that you're asking this person. Number 3, take time to recharge after you've been on a date. So, what I suggest is if you go away with your date for the weekend, for the first time you have a sleepover, anything that's going to require a large amount of time, that you speak to that person ahead of time and tell them, I will need to recharge every few hours. I will need to recharge in quiet. I like to take some quiet time to read a book. Really advocate for your needs. Number 4, spend less time on text or phone before you meet for the first time. A lot of people tend to text and have several long phone calls before meeting, and introverts do better meeting quicker. Now, you may be comfortable texting or speaking on the phone and taking a longer time to get to know somebody, but meeting somebody is the only way that you're going to really see if there's a connection, and you don't want to build false expectations. Number 5 is choose a dating environment that's quieter and less overwhelming. If you are overwhelmed by loud noises, by busy places, by places that have too much stimulus, bright lights. Any of those things are going to overwhelm you if you are an introvert. And so you get to choose the environment that is going to work for you. So whether it's taking a walk in nature or going to a museum or doing something that is quieter and will allow for deeper connection, advocate for what you need. So, if you are an introvert, I would love to hear your biggest struggles in dating and what are your key takeaways from this video. And again, if you want support in finding love online, my course, Find Love Online After 40, is beginning again November 2nd. Registration ends October 30th. And all you need to do is go to lastfirstdate.com/online dating course.